Hello everyone. Okay, this is the next video for motion in one dimension. Okay, the main topic is motion in one dimension. In the previous video we have seen about what is a motion, what are the different types of motion, okay, how motion can be defined. Okay, we have also seen non-uniform motion, uniform motion, acceleration we have seen retardation. Okay, so we have seen many examples. Along with examples we have seen. Now I will start with the other topic. Okay, here first we will see types of velocities. Okay, what are the types of velocity? The first one is the uniform speed. Okay, in uniform speed what will happen? V will be constant. Okay, now how you will represent this one? You can represent that one with the help of this graph. Okay, so this is speed, so as you can take here distance and this is t as you are using speed. So this straight line represent uniform speed. The next one will be non-uniform speed. Okay, in non-uniform speed v will not be equal to constant. Okay, in the first one you have seen v is equal to constant, where it was a uniform speed, but here as it is a non-uniform speed, it will be not equal to constant. So how you will represent that one in graph? If this is a graph for distance and time, so what you can do, draw like this. For acceleration it will be like this, and if retardation is there, you can, this will be the shape. Okay, in acceleration the velocity will increase, whereas in retardation the velocity will decrease. Okay, now the third type of speed is instantaneous speed. Okay, it is something which you find speed at an instant. Speed at any instant. The best example for this one is speedometer. The speedometer what you've seen in vehicles. Okay, so this is the best example to find instantaneous speed. So what are the three types of velocities? Uniform speed, non-uniform speed and instantaneous speed. Okay, now coming to the other formula. Okay, average speed. Okay. To find the average speed of any vehicle, what you should know? The total distance traveled by, or you can say covered by, total time taken. Whatever the journey is, so the how much duration they have covered in how much time. This will give you average speed of a vehicle. Okay, so it will be written as v is equal to av. Now there are different cases. In different cases you can find average speed. Let's start with the first case here. In the first case, what we are doing, we will have only the velocities where distance and time is not given. We have only speed, except speed. Okay, for example, a vehicle is there. Okay, v1 is equal to 4 meter per second, and another vehicle, same vehicle, now its velocity is v2 is equal to you can write as 6 meter per second, for example. Okay, for example we are taking. Now if they ask you what is the average of the vehicle, as you have only the velocities are given, you can write as average speed is equal to v1 plus v2 by 2. We have to add the number of velocity by the number of time the velocities is given. Okay, so what happens if it is given more than 2 vehicles? Okay, if then more than 2 till n vehicles, so your formula will become here V average is equal to V1 plus V2 plus so on till Vn by n. Okay, that is the number of times. Fine. This is the case 1 where you can find the average speed. Now let us see case 2. In case 2, what you will see velocities as well as distance. Okay. You can see both the velocities and distance, but the distance will be here is same distance. Here v1 is equal to, you can write as 40 meter per second. Okay, again after certain distance d, the vehicle will be v2 is equal to 60 meter per second. Okay, and it is reaching at this point. From here to here distance is d. Again from here to here same distance is covered. In the previous case we only velocities was given, but in this case velocity is given as well as distance is given, but the distance is equal. The distance are equal. So how to find average? Average is equal to VAV is equal to same our formula, total distance by total time. Now first you will find total time. The total time is given as t is equal to AB, the how much time it has travelled. Okay, normally the formula for speed is equal to distance by time, and for time is equal to, it is distance by speed. So the distance is t and the speed is v1. Okay, this is the TAB. Whereas for t from point B to point C, it will be same distance d by v2. Now we have to, this is from A to B and this is from B to C. Now we have to calculate total time. T is equal to TAB plus TBC, d by v1 plus d by v2. We have calculated the denominator part. Now we will calculate the numerator part, that is total distance. As you already know the distance, it is equal, so you have to write total distance d plus d, which is equal to 2d. Now substitute in the formula. V average is equal to 2d by, here you can take d common in the denominator, 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. d will get cancelled. Can write as 2 by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. Okay, here we have seen only two terms. Now what will happen if you get more than two terms? Okay, if you get more than two terms, like we'll add here. Okay, from here to again same distance is covered, and this will be v3. Okay, you can write 80 meter per second. Okay, stop at the same distance d. Okay, so how you can extend the formula? Just what you can do, as it is using the same distance, what you have to do, the number of time the speed is given by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2 plus 1 by v3. Okay, so by this you can change the formula based on the requirement. Okay. Now we will see some other case. Okay, in this case, like previous we will have the same different velocities as well as different distances. This will be d1 from here to here, and from here to here it will be d2. Okay, now you have to find the average velocity. You know the formula for the average speed, which is total distance by total time. Okay, so first we will calculate the total time here. A, B, C. From A to B, TAB is equal to d1 by v1. If it is from B to C, that is time, BC is equal to d2 by v2. Total time TAB plus TBC. Now substitute v1 by d1 by v1 plus d2 by v2. Now let's take total distance. Total distance is given as d1 plus d2. Now substitute in the formula. d1 plus d2 by d1 by v1 plus d2 by v2 close. Just example, if you think that both the distances are equal, then what will happen? This will become 2d, and here d will become common, 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. dd will get cancelled. 2 by 1 plus 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. Okay, now this is the third case. Okay, to find average speed. Till now we have only find about average speed. Now let's see, in this case we'll also see about average speed and average velocity, and we'll try to change the distance here. You can mention this as case 4. Okay, if a vehicle is there, it is going speed v1 and it reached one distance, and the area it has covered d. Now the same vehicle is going to return back to its same position. Okay, it is returning back to its same position, same d distance covered. Okay, same v2, speed will be v2 here. Okay, no problem. Now what we will find here, we will find the average speed. Again, for total time, TAB is equal to d by, as it is the same distance, it will be d. D by v1. For t, BA, it is returning from B to A. It will be d by V2, add the total time, d common you can take as 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2. Now total distance. Total distance here is, as it is a scalar quantity, you have to add the distance here. It is not a vector quantity, it is a scalar. You have to see the magnitude and you have to add. The first session it is d, and again coming back it is again d. You have to add. The total distance is 2d. Okay, now we have to find the average velocity, average speed. Total distance is 2d by total time, d by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. Again 2 will get cancelled. 2 by 1 by v1 plus 1 by v2. Now let us find average velocity. Okay, till now we have seen average speed. Now with the same case we will find average velocity here. Okay, average velocity. T total will be same, but when you are finding the total distance, okay, as total, as it is a average velocity, what we have to do here, you have to find the direction. In the first one the direction is from left to right, so it will be d. Okay, and in the second case you have seen that it is from right to left, so it will be minus d. Okay, so the total distance will be 0 here. Okay, now find the, substitute the values. Zero by d by 1 plus v1 plus 1 by v2, it comes to 0. So just try to remember, for distance we should consider magnitude, whereas for displacement we should consider direction. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Okay, in that one we are trying to find how to find the distance and displacement in different scenarios. Let's start with the first one here. Okay, started from A, it goes on till B, and from B to C. The distance it has covered is same distance, D and D. Okay, now we have to find total distance. The total distance here is, just add the magnitude, d plus d, it will be 2d. What if they find you total displacement? As you can see, it is going in the same direction, d plus t. Okay, it will be 2d. Okay, now we will try to interchange here some other parameters. Okay, in this case it is traveling from A to B with a distance t, and again from B to C. Okay, it has traveled d by 2. Now what we have to find, first we have to find the total distance. The total distance here is, just add the magnitudes, that is d plus d by 2. It will give you 3d by 2. When to find total displacement, you have to write d, that is in one direction, and it is returning back. So what you have to do, you have to add minus here, plus minus how much it has traveled, d by 2. So it will be d by 2. Now when you solve that one, the final answer will be d by 2. This is the total displacement. Okay. Till now you have seen a displacement where both the displacement is positive. Now we will see in one case where the distance will be different and displacement will be 0. Okay, in this case it has traveled from A to B and the distance it is d, and again it is traveling back. Okay, same distance d. Now the total displacement distance here is d plus d, 2d, and total displacement d, and here as it is in opposite direction, it will be minus d. So the displacement is 0 here. Okay, in the first two cases we have seen displacement positive. In the third case we have seen displacement as 0, and we'll also see another case in which the displacement will be negative. Okay, it has traveled some distance d here from A to B. Again it will be returning back. Okay, d by 2. Okay, till C. First it has covered d, after that again d by 2 it has covered. Now write it as, first find the total distance. Okay, the total distance here is d plus d by 2. This is the total distance. Okay, so this will be a 2d 4d plus 1, 5d by 2. Now let's find total displacement. Can write as d, okay, the first journey, then returning journey is like minus d. Again it got extended from point A to C, minus d by 2. This both will get cancelled. Final answer is minus d by 2. So what we can conclude, that distance will be positive, whereas the displacement can be positive, either positive, negative or 0. Okay. Now next topic is very interesting. Okay, in this one we will try to see the sign convention with respect to gravity. Here, as we have said the word gravity, we are taking the frame reference as Earth here. Okay, so a body is thrown upwards. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are projecting the body against gravity in upward direction. Projection in upward direction. It is, what do you mean here is against gravity. Okay, now how to write this one? Okay, so you can write this as for sign convention. Okay, it is going against gravity. That means there is a retardation motion. It is called retarding motion. Means the acceleration will be minus g. Okay, here g is acceleration due to gravity. Okay, you got my point. But at some point, okay, it will become 0 here. Okay, the v final will become 0 and it will be a returning journey. Okay, at that time what you will do? For example, a building is there. Okay, this is building and you are throwing a ball from here, freely falling. Okay, you're throwing a ball from here. Okay, it is known as a drop body. Here it is accelerating the motion. Okay, it's called accelerated motion. The first one was the retarding motion. This is accelerated motion, which means here acceleration due to gravity will be positive g. This is how you have to use sign convention whenever there is a problem. Okay, a numerical problem is there. This is how you have to use. Okay, if you like my video, please press like, join my Telegram channel. Okay, watch other videos as well. Thanks for watching.